Here at the repair shop, countless treasures have been brought back to life.
Deep breath. Oh, gosh.
That reveal so much about who we are.
It is.
And where we're from.
It's perfect.
But there's so much more out there.
Let's do it.
That's not yet made it to the barn.
Beautiful, isn't it? Absolutely beautiful.
So the team are hitting the road.
This is the perfect opportunity to meet some new people, learn some new skills, and maybe fix a few things on the way.
Yeah, I'm up for that.
On a unique adventure.
Wow.
We're going to get some looks on the way back to the barn.
To join forces with expert craftspeople.
We put in 130 hours just hanging on the hazels.
On their most ambitious restorations yet.
They all need replacing.
Yes, hundreds of pieces of stone.
Wow.
Keeping heritage crafts alive.
Good job with friends.
I know, isn't it?
And passing precious skills to future generations.
Is he a good student?
He is, yes.
Does he listen to you?
He does, for the most part.
Sparking restorations across the country.
You're part of the history of this now as well.
Today, Will and Dom tackle a community project bringing ancient history into the 21st century.
Oh, my word.
That's like going back in time.
With traditional skills that have stood the test of time.
Fancy a shave, Dom?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
Bookbinder Chris gets to grips with a precious heirloom.
I really don't want any nasty surprises because this is obviously his signature.
While we discover a local craft with endless possibilities.
I could make a spawn for everybody in Scotland and they would all be unique.
We're in beautiful and historic Perthshire, in the heart of Scotland. Known for its dramatic landscape and year-round natural beauty, with a mix of lochs, glens and mountains, it's also an area rich in traditional crafts, which the lads have been invited to discover by local thatcher, Scott.
It's an age-old craft, so when done properly, which usually it's done by a very skilled person, it looks absolutely amazing. I'm quite excited to hear exactly how it works and what work goes into it.
We're headed to the banks of Loch, home to an incredible living history. A local landmark for over 25 years, the Scottish Kranuk Centre brings an Iron Age community to life, with replicas of the homes local people would have lived in 2,500 years ago, built by archaeologists using endangered crafts. But when 3 years ago a devastating fire broke out, the centre itself faced extinction. Since then, the local community has rallied together to recreate its historic buildings. Will and Dom are raring to lend a hand, and with the chance to pick up some traditional skills, it's an opportunity the boys cannot resist.
It's a craft I have never tried, so I hope they'll let me up there on the roof and have a go. Do you think they will?
What, up on the roof?
Well, I'd hope the thatching's on the roof.
Oh, my word.
Yo, look at this. It's like going back in time.
It's like going back in time. This is Iron Age, right?
Yeah, how clever they were back then to be able to build these. I mean, would you be? I couldn't build that now. Oh, look, blacksmith. It's wood turning. Oh, here we go. Scott must be up there.
Oh, that's got your name written all over it.
Absolutely. I can't wait to get up there.
Scott has been in the trade for 13 years, overseeing the care and maintenance of around 200 buildings, while passing on the skills and know-how required to keep the craft alive. He's grafting away on a brand new cookhouse that will be used to keep staff and visitors fed and happy. It's the centre's largest building, and with thousands of hours of work still ahead, Scott's quick to take up any offers of help. So while Will seeks out museum director Mike, Dom's up there like a shot, keen to learn the very same skills used to maintain the roof of the good old repair shop barn.
Now, this is a vast roof. It's big. How long have you been working on this for?
This is day 20. We put in about 130 hours just tying on the hazels. That's what we tied the stuff onto.
This is reed.
Yeah, it's water reed, Norfolk reed. So this is it's going under the lath, so that's on top. So what you do is you make a sandwich. Now just sway that under for me.
It's quite tight in there.
It's very tight, yeah. Right.
What on
so
earth is this?
This is a thatcher's needle.
God, that's beautiful.
Yeah, so it's blacksmith forged.
It's all, yeah.
And it's actually beautifully made. It's quite a
What's
technical.
that sprung?
Oh, you spotted the spring. Well done.
Yeah.
I didn't spot that spring for the first year of owning it.
So what are you doing here?
So it's basically a sewing needle. I've fed the string round the bottom end of the curve.
Hooked around. Okay.
And now. Okay. See how that worked?
That is exactly how a sewing machine works.
Exactly how a sewing
Literally,
machine-
the needle with the other needle goes round, makes the loop, hooks it up, picks it up. Thatcher's sewing machine.
It is.
Basically, an iron one.
Yeah.
That's one of the first things I noticed here. So walking through, we've got wood turning, pole lathes there, blacksmiths, you guys up here doing the roof. It's that mix of skills and that community.
Yes.
It's like common interest.
Yeah.
Even though it's a completely different skill.
It is. But there's
It's-
always an overlap.
Yeah. It's a team.
It's a team.
Much like us down at the repair shop at the barn. We all work together and
Yeah.
get stuck in. Yeah, it's brilliant. It's an amazing project to be part of, isn't it?
It is. It's a lot of fun. It's
I love
good to
it.
be keeping a tradition going.
Yeah, good on you.
In just 3 years, rain or shine, the workers here at the Kranuk Centre have toiled hard to rebuild 7 structures, all using ancient techniques.
Hi, Will. Welcome. Nice to meet you.
Museum Director Mike is giving Will a tour of the centre.
Now, I have to ask, what is a crannog?
A crannog is an artificial island with a house on top, is kind of the technical term. So it could have been stone, could have been timber on stilts.
Right.
But for us, it's more, it's a home, it's a house, it's a place where families would live.
On the water?
On the water.
I mean, with a view like that,
Yeah.
why not?
Why not?
So how would you know what one would actually look like? Because they didn't have cameras back then.
There were some archaeologists in the 1980s, 1990s that were diving in this Loch and other places, and they were finding the evidence. So you'll get a butter dish with bits of butter on, you would get your plates made out of wood, everything that you'd had for your daily life, and then bit by bit they pieced it together.
Yeah.
And they recreated what a crannog would have looked like.
Why are there no actual crannogs here already?
Well, we had a fire.
The original centre was on the other side of the Loch, until 3 years ago tragedy struck when fire destroyed the previous replica Crannog that once stood there.
So I've got some of the fire here on my phone.
No.
5 fire engines. As you can see, it's
Oh, my word. Oh, Mike, that's really bad.
yeah, it's you can see it's gone. It's something that had been built 25 years ago that represented something from 2,500 years ago. Gone. I got all the staff down and we were stood there in tears. And I said, you know, we're going to thank our lucky stars. Nobody's been hurt.
Yeah.
We're going to do exactly what they would have done, pack up their belongings, and we're going to move. We're going to build the new Crannog here. And at the end of it, we're going to thatch it in bracken, and we'll need loads of people to go and pick the bracken and bring it in, team of thatchers on there, and away we go, we're back in business. And then we've got another 2 Crannogs to build, and one of them will be stone. Yeah.
Stick in Wi-Fi and I'll stay the weekend.
Perfect, jobs are good.
But for now, Will and Dom are getting out of the rain and onto the road.
Is that a loch or is that a river?
Not that I know a lot about lochs, but that is a river. A loch is a big lake.
Where, famously, Loch Ness monster lives.
Which doesn't exist.
Yes, it does exist. Have you not seen the pictures?
Well, Will believes, even if Dom doesn't. Over the years, our talented team have taken on thousands of fixes, but there are still many more items out there in need of some repair shop TLC. So while they're on their travels, they're keeping an eye out for restoration projects wherever they go. While Dom's off to explore Perthshire, Will's meeting Carol and Ian, who have brought something special. A piece of Scottish history and an item of deep personal significance. It's become even more meaningful to the couple since Ian was diagnosed with motor neuron disease 10 years ago.
Ian and I have brought you Ian's great-grandfather's pipe music book that he wrote while he was on his campaigns. So he actually beautifully hand-wrote this in his own writing and in the Gaelic, Scottish Gaelic.
I mean, I don't know much about books, but that looks pretty old to me.
It's pretty old, about nearly 180 years old.
Wow.
Yeah. So he was a pipe major. He joined the 42nd Regiment, the Highlanders, in 1836. And he was a piper, so he got to do all the piping before all the battles. He campaigned all over the world, Nova Scotia, Halifax, Bermuda, and the Crimea, particularly.
That's a lot of travelling and going into battle, not knowing
Yes.
if you're going to come home.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, where exactly would the pipers be? Would they be at the front when you're going into battle, or somewhere on a hill,
Yeah.
but safer?
Yeah, they would be right at the front, and you know, there was things coming at him, and he was like, you know, just doot-de-doo, off he would go. Yeah, he was probably a bit mad.
I think you'd have to be, but
Yes.
then he managed to go through all these battles
Exactly.
and come out relatively unscathed.
Yeah, he did. But he was well respected in the piping fraternity. People knew him because he was actually called the Hero of Alma, which was in the Crimean War.
The Hero of Alma.
Alma.
That's a big thing.
Yes. But the book itself would have gone with him in his knapsack, so he would have carried that with him.
So it is definitely something worth keeping.
I think since Ian's diagnosis of motor neuron disease, it's become more sort of pertinent, I think, for you to think about the past and also to your legacy and what you're going to leave behind.
Although my diagnosis has been devastating and I have to adapt to the changes that I now face, it has made me value my family so much more. Connections to the past have been more meaningful to me as I think of the legacy that I will leave behind.
Yeah, I suppose it does make you think about the past and what you've got around you and those that are special to you. What has the diagnosis meant for you?
Oh, yeah, I mean, Ian was very fit. He was a triathlete. You know, he was, you know, such a strong physical guy, loved his rugby, and it's just, you know, so awful to see him like this. And, you know, I'm his carer, but, you know, I had a good career and I gave it up as well because I need to be with Ian.
How long have you been married for?
We've been married for nearly
Smile on your face.
37 years.
Really?
Yeah, 37 years, yeah. We have 2 children, son and a daughter, and our son is Donald Bain. So he's taken on the namesake of his great-grandfather, actually. Yeah, immediately had a son, Donald Bain. Because he was quite a famous chap, I have a watercolour of him. And I think there's quite a good, strong resemblance with Ian.
Oh, my gosh, it's uncanny.
When his beard gets longer.
Now, this book, which looks like it has been around the world,
Yes.
I can see that the spine there is all torn.
Yep. On the front and back covers are also pretty damaged as well. Well, I think just to be able to repair it, maybe the binding, to make sure that the pages stay in place, and just to make it look a bit better, I suppose.
To sort of stabilise the deterioration and make it safer to handle.
It's pretty old, and just to keep it going for the next generations to come would be fab.
It's an honour to feel this.
Oh, thank you.
To know where it's been.
Yeah, well travelled.
Well travelled indeed.
Well used.
That's a nice way of putting it. Yeah. Well, I think it's a lovely thing to preserve.
Yes.
Not just for those people who are long since passed away, but also for future generations and for the family name as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep it going. We have a lovely guy called Christopher down at the barn, and he'll be more than happy to take a look for you.
Delighted. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Thank you so much.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
So Donald Bain's piping book is off on its travels again, this time headed south to the repair shop barn, while Dom has followed the River Tay southeast to the city of Perth to discover a family-run business where 2 generations keep an endangered craft alive. Dating all the way back to the 12th century, sporran making has a long history. From the Gaelic word for purse, the earliest versions were deer or cowskin bags used to carry oats or workers' wages.
Oh, you must be Greg.
I am.
I'm Dom.
Greg White has been in the sporran making business for 25 years.
The modern sporran that you see today dates back to the early 1800s, to a visit by George IV up to Scotland.
Okay.
First monarch for 200 years to visit Scotland, actually. He wanted to have a big ball through in Edinburgh, and he asked that everybody attending would be wearing full Highland dress. So the modern kilt really stems back to that time. We make over 5 million variations of sporran.
Stop it.
I know it sounds
5
ridiculous.
million?
Yeah. And I could make a sporran for everybody in Scotland and they would all be unique.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is quite a statement. All these would make different sporrans.
They all make different styles, different sizes, yes. We get designs sent in, beautifully hand-drawn designs, or we get the back of an envelope with a scribble on it.
With yourself and the team you've got here, you can make it happen.
The team might say it's not me, it might be them. I think it probably is them rather than me, but yes, that's the idea.
The team are a family affair, with Greg's stepson Liam following in his old man's footsteps. Having learned everything he knows on the job, Liam is now a highly skilled craftsman, making intricate sporrans like this one.
Day Liam left school, he phoned me.
Yeah.
And he said to me, you want to retire one day and you'll need me to take over. So I'll come and work for you. That's what Liam said.
So he's doing you a favour.
He was doing me a
Bless you.
favour, yes.
You've got the tooling, you've got the leather, you've got the hardware, and you've got the talent.
Yes, we've got the talent, yes. Don't remind him too much, he'll want more money.
What's your son up to here then?
He's basically making one of these sporrans, different colour obviously, but these will form part of the tassels. The small tassel that goes around there, we're making the pleat to go onto that.
I reckon I could do that.
Right.
Come on, how hard can it be, eh?
Well, it can't be that hard. can it?
Exactly.
Okay, so what you're basically doing is it's literally a pleat. So you're just left over right, right over left.
Aiming for that, am I?
That's what you're aiming for.
What are you laughing
Go for
already?
it.
This is an actual job, though.
Oh yeah, this is.
Yeah.
Finish this up, I start again.
Oh, okay.
No
right.
pressure.
No.
Starting from this one up here.
Yeah.
Top left. You've
Top
got
left.
to go underneath through
Yeah.
and over back the way.
Back over those two.
Yeah.
And turn it again.
But and go down ways. So you keep moving it down.
But under there.
Now it's left, top left.
Now, hang on. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Oh,
That's
man.
it.
So now top left, under all of them. No, I've gone.
I know there's somewhere
This
went,
is
somewhere's went wrong.
Shocker.
That's okay. We'll recover it.
But at the end of the day, these are still handmade, beautifully crafted, pieces made by talented people. And if machines take over too much, you lose that kind of that magic touch, don't you?
I hate that word talented because I can't do that.
Can you not?
Yeah, and he's talented. I can't do that.
Including Liam and co-worker Mario, the team is made up of 7 artisans with almost 100 years craft experience between them.
What are you up to here?
I'm just doing some hand tooling.
He's very precise, isn't he?
Very precise. You know, it's all freehand.
It's all freehand. That's so accurate, yeah.
With a range of these tools, which we've got many of, we can make any sort of designs and patterns.
So you can cater for any strange and bizarre and wonderful request because you've got the tooling for it.
Yeah, that's it.
And Mario.
And Mario's got the knowledge. Absolutely, yeah.
Can I try some?
Yes.
Can I have a go? Do you mind?
Yes, that's great.
I promise I won't ruin it. Metal or not?
Yeah, metal.
Metal, yeah. 3 taps.
3 taps.
Oh no, look, I'm off already.
Yeah, I think you need more practicing. So.
That's my first go.
Yeah.
This is okay, it's going well now. I'm on a roll. Here we go. You can see the pattern starting to emerge from starting to appear.
Dom's seen the work that goes into making these sporrans, but this incredible skill is now on the Heritage Craft Association's red list, with fewer than 10 professional craftspeople working full-time in the trade. It's vital that this craft and the Scottish heritage that it holds is preserved for future generations. With yet another craft skill under his belt, Dom is reunited with Will at Scone Palace, ancient crowning place of Scottish kings.
I've been with Ian and Carol looking at a really old book.
Oh.
Now, not just any book, a handwritten, handmade bagpiper's book. Ian's ancestor, Donald, he would actually march into battle playing bagpipe.
The bagpipe was the only weapon.
Was the only weapon of choice. Well, it must have worked well because he survived so many battles and lived to tell the tale.
Perfect.
Have you ever played bagpipes?
I have, because Pete repaired some. And he let me have it. Yeah, he did.
Oh.
And
Yeah.
he let me have a little, I don't know what you'd call it, a blow, puff, a squeeze, the fiddle. I don't know.
And then did you play on the bagpipes as well?
The pipe music book has made it safely to the barn, where expert bookbinder Chris Shaw has all the skills required to give Donald's penmanship a fresh chapter while preserving its unique story.
If this book could talk, it would have tales to tell. Donald obviously has treasured it immensely. It's gone around the world with him. It's absolutely amazing. The pen, you could see it's all ink and he's done a blob and then a line, but it's just immaculately done. It's a phenomenal book and all in Gaelic. This is where Donald would have turned the pages. It's got the grease and dirt from his hands, and therein is the beauty of the book, is the age and all its imperfections. It's absolutely beautiful. So the board is completely broken. The corner, well, it doesn't feel like there's any board in there. It's so soft and damaged. So it needs a new board. So I'm going to lift all the original, put a new board in, and I might do that for the back as well, because that does feel very weak. Give it new little leather corners, new leather spine, paper sides, and then remount everything back on so that when it goes back, it looks like this, but it's all nice and solid, and they can actually use the book again. So the first things I'm going to do is dismantle the pages. I'm not going to do any sort of cleaning because I want to preserve all of Donald's finger marks. There is some grit inside, which I'll remove, all this sort of grit. So I'm just going to start dismantling the pages and then give it a brush, repair the outer leaves where it's all shattered, and internally I'll put a new thin piece of paper on the inside just to strengthen it. Then I can move on to sewing it. I'm just taking the cloth off because I obviously need to keep this, and I'm going to discard the broken board underneath. It just reflects the story of this book. It's had a hard life. But the lovely thing about it is the materials. It was a textured cloth, but it's sort of been, with use, just worn down to this beautiful, smooth, very tactile cloth, whereas new, it would have been slightly grainy. I'm slightly bothered with the label. I'm going to get the scalpel into. If I carried on peeling underneath the label, I would worry about the label just pinging off. So that's why I'm going to get the scalpel underneath just to lift it. I really don't want any nasty surprises because this is obviously his signature. Donald Bain. Wow, that... I can breathe again. I was so worried about that label. I didn't know how that was going to react, and that's come off really well. Really happy with that.
Back on the shores of Loch, work continues on the cookhouse thatching. To finish a project as enormous as this, the centre needs every volunteer they can get. So Dom's back to lend his skills. And as well as a roof, a house needs walls.
Hi, Dom. Dom, nice to meet you.
Centre apprentice Toby is making hazel hurdles, used to create walls and fencing.
So is this what we're going for?
Yeah.
Something like that?
Yeah.
Where does that start?
So you'd go up into the woodland, or a coppice, or a coop as it's called, and you'd cut it down during the winter time. So that means the sap is low, so it will not kill the trees, and that's going to give you better material as a result, these nice straight bits of hazel.
OK, I've just run up to the woodlands at the top of the hill, got my piece of hazel. What do I do with it? Help.
So the first step is, of course, we want to start off the split, so we use some sort of a sharp tool. If you can hold that bottom end so it doesn't slip away, putting the axe right in the middle of the stick.
By splitting it in half, I guess it makes it thinner, so it makes it a bit more malleable. So we can weave it and bend it where we want.
Easier to weave, as you say.
That started to split, and it looks like it's veering off to one side. Are you worried? I'm a little bit nervous.
It can be frustrating when that happens before we get it on the cleaving brake, but by the time we're on there, we can kind of control that.
You can save it?
Hopefully, in theory, touch wood, so we can put it over that wedge shape there.
Oh, that's satisfying. It's like when you pull a piece of wallpaper off. God, this is tough. Oh, no, look, this isn't fair. I've got a horrible knotty bit. Oh, man, no, that's not fair, because, look, I've got this horrible chunk. I was never going to get through that. Well, that is one useless piece of hazel. Right, round 2. Can we try again?
Yeah.
I've got it, yeah.
Very careful. We're putting it right in the middle.
In the middle, yeah, exactly. How did you get into doing this?
I first joined an apprenticeship here doing digital marketing.
You know what, I can really relate to that, because I have a degree in graphic design. So I started on the computers, sitting in an office designing things, and very quickly realised that there's nothing better than just getting your hands dirty, being
something tangible, something you can feel, yeah.
Yeah. When did that shift happen?
It's mainly when I started to get into using the pole lathe, so making some nice cups and bowls, and it's spiralled from there, and I've never stopped loving wood.
Love it. Oh,
it's looking good.
How am I doing?
So that's really impressive.
Yeah, I'll take that.
Yeah, no, nice one, nice one.
Finally. OK, 2 actually usable pieces. Let's build a wall.
Yeah, let's do it. We'll take one of our split bits. I'm going to start at one side, so I'm starting behind the first one, and you're then going to go in front of the next one. Try not to hit you with that.
Go on, you're OK.
Pushing things down as we go.
In and out, weaving it between.
It's a very simple weave.
It's quite nice, isn't it, to think that a material like hazel was used thousands of years ago to build things like this, and still now, the same job.
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing, isn't it?
That kind of connection back into history, yeah.
Yeah. When that's in the wall in the cookhouse, you can be like, look, that bit sticking out there that's split, that was Dom's bit.
Was you, yeah.
Back in the repair shop barn, bookbinder Chris is about to replace the board in Donald Bain's pipe music book.
So this is millboard, and I'm going to use a split board method. The original was just a case. It's done really well, but just to tweak the strength, the next level up, it's not just a 1, it's 2 strength now I'm giving, is a split board. And once the book's sewn, all the sew-in tape gets tucked in here, and that's sandwiched down, creating the text being linked to the boards, so it becomes super strong. So I'm just going to cut the boards to size. This is a really nice time. It's the start of putting everything back together. Everything's been dismantled, mended, and now it's the start of the binding process. I've numbered the pages so I know I've got them in the right order. I'm sewing the pages together and I'm looping around these linen tapes. The tape links the back and the front board, and it holds the text in position. So it's a really crucial point. It has to be flexible but strong, and linen is the perfect material for that. I have used the existing holes, so I didn't have to perforate the pages anymore. So I'm using the exact position of where the original tapes were. It's also very crucial that you do line it all up all the time, so you're just constantly double-checking the page order and getting the tension of the sewn thread right. Too loose, it's not good. Too tight, it's not too good. You just need to get just right. And that just comes through years and years of sewing a book. And if you get it wrong now, you end up in trouble further down the line. So once I've finished sewing, I can line the book up and then attach the boards.
A few hundred miles north, the thatching work continues on the Kranuk Centre's cookhouse. The boys have joined the army of volunteers, learning on the job as they help shape and cut down bundles of reed for the roof.
This is the scope, and it mostly goes on just as it is. But when we get towards the top of the roof, we have to cut it a bit shorter because we don't want the feathers to stick up, and it's just easier to cut it down here than it is to go up there with the saw. So you get it under your oxter, so you move the string up, takes a bit of tension out of it, and then we get a legget, and we just need to put a chamfer on the end of it. Basically make a sort of chisel shape, yeah? So that's actually the plane of the roof.
So you're putting that shape in it now?
Yeah, at least roughly.
Roughly,
and then it
yeah.
just makes it a little bit easier and quicker on the roof. And I'm going to cut this...
Bang in the middle.
So get Mr. Alligator.
It's like trimming a hedge.
I was about to say, that's a nice traditional ancient tool you have there. Yeah. Right, so what are we doing now?
OK, I'll show you the hatching.
Oh, this is a bit of you, isn't it? Yeah.
Ah, yes. This feels very familiar.
So this is going to go on the roof, and it's going to hold down the material.
So this is the hazel that we were using up there, that tying down. This is what's holding in the thatch.
Oh, I see. That goes across like that.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's, we call it a lath. So from there up, it's just a wee bit too thin. So the first thing you're going to do is you're just going to put it on the block there, and diagonal, just hack the end off it.
Ready?
Here we go.
Ready?
Okay.
Whoa!
Oh, that's sharp.
Okay.
Nice.
So then what I want you to do is just gently, without hurting your hand, just run your hand down. Anytime you feel a little lump, you just take the axe and you just kind of sort of shave off the wee bits.
So there's a bit there.
Yeah.
Just a little shave.
Shave it off. Mm-hmm. He's making a meal of it.
No, that's lovely, yeah?
Come on, just hit it, Will. Come on.
Fancy a shave, Dom?
Yeah, go on then. Yeah.
It's good. All the way down to the bottom?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
OK, so then
That's
the final thing, I better show you this. I don't know if you can do this. Right. OK, so. Carry on until you've got a point, OK?
Wow.
And then just drive it down with your hand, so you're shaving that down. Much easier to shave it once you've kind of feathered it.
So you're looking to taper the fat end down to nothing because it's going to overlay against another one.
Oh, this is hard work.
Scott, what do you think? How's he doing? New apprentice for you?
I'm not going to pay him by the hour, put it that way. That's not a taper.
I won't give you a taper in a minute.
Now we're getting somewhere. Now he's hitting it. There you go.
Warming up now. He's warming up.
That's much better.
That's it.
Fair hand.
That was good.
That's close enough.
Yeah?
Yeah, no bad.
What a work of art.
I got the job?
Hey! We'll call you.
Back at the repair shop barn, Chris is working on getting the 180-year-old piping book looking almost as good as new.
So the boards have been attached. I put the corners on, and finally a spine's going to be put on, when eventually I start remounting all the original things back on top of this new binding. It'll cover up all the hard work, but it'll start looking like the original book, and that's what I want it to look like. So I'm happy with that. That feels like it's all stuck. And while it's wet, I'm going to turn in all the top and bottom. Once that's dry, I can start remounting the original pieces back onto this.
This unique record of Scottish history and culture was passed down through Donald's ancestors for generations. With the book's war wounds now healed, Will's travelled to the National Piping Centre in Glasgow to return it to Ian and Carol.
Hoping just to see it kind of restored to life, you know, just to get that essence of the man back again. You know, how it maybe would have looked for him when he was travelling around the world on all these campaigns. So for us, that was something, yeah, we're quite excited to see.
Lovely to see you both.
Yeah, it's lovely to be here.
How have you been?
Yeah, we've been fine.
Yeah.
Waiting patiently and, yeah, excited.
I mean, it's amazing that this wasn't sort of blown up or something,
Yeah.
or kind of just
Yeah.
forgotten about in
Yeah.
mud.
Absolutely. It's been through the wars, literally.
Quite literally.
Yeah, so it was definitely needing a bit of TLC, wasn't it, Ian? Yeah.
But also for him to go into battle and manage to come out the other side.
Yeah,
it's
absolutely.
pretty amazing.
Yeah.
We'd like to see what Chris has done with the book.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Oh, look, I know. Looks so good, doesn't it? Yeah. That's lovely. Oh, it's quite emotional, isn't it, seeing it? That's so beautifully done.
It looks great. I can't believe it's the same book.
I know.
Now, what I really like about this book is the fact that it has so much character and charm.
Yeah.
You know what
It
Chris
feels
is-
like his. Yeah.
You're very lucky to have something so old in the family.
Yeah.
I hope to pass the book on to my son, who is called Donald Bain after my dad and his great-great-grandfather.
Now the book has been restored for future generations, all that's left is to hear its music again. One of the very tunes Donald would have played himself.
Thank you so much for trusting us with your book.
Pleasure.
And I'm pleased that you're pleased, but also how magical to actually hear some of this music being played.
Yeah, that was truly special. We didn't expect that at all. It was fab.
It's over to you.
Wow. Thank you very much.
"70 miles north of Glasgow at Loch, Dom's making his final visit to the Kranuk Centre to see the fully restored cookhouse.
Last time Will and I were up at the Crannog Centre, I learned so much about ancient skills. Weaving hazel to make fencing, the thatching, it's fascinating. The cookhouse should be complete, and I can't wait to see it.
After one devastating fire and 3 years of community teamwork, the finished cookhouse is ready to host gatherings once again. They'll be cooking on open fires and clay ovens, as our ancestors would have done 2,500 years ago. And thanks to the stellar work put in by Thatcher Scott, the cookhouse roof is complete.
Scott, look at this. You like it? It's incredible. This is such a transformation. Last time I was here, we had just the timbers were running across. It was just a big hole. Now we've got a whole roof and a watertight roof.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
So what are you doing here then?
This material, Gaelic, it has broken straws in it, and they just tend to shed out as you're working, and it'll shed out for a while yet. But I'm just giving it a wee kind of aesthetic brush down. In fact, I can't even reach up there, so can you...
Go on, I'll get it.
Just go that side for me.
So
it'd be
this
great.
is like when you get your hair cut and you've got little bits of hair that you keep finding coming afterwards.
That's right.
Okay.
We'll just take the bulk of them out now.
You must have that satisfaction now that you can stand back and just look at that and think, wow, look what we've achieved.
Yeah, it's great.
You must be quite proud.
Yeah, particularly when you see it at a distance, because they have a certain aesthetic quality and they look really gorgeous. But there's something really lovely when you catch sight of a thatched roof and then you see the smoke coming up through it on a calm day. It looks
talking
really
of the
gorgeous.
smoke coming up through it, this is the cookhouse.
It is the cookhouse.
Is it cooking anything yet? Is it working?
believe
Is the
so,
fire
yeah.
in there?
Yeah, they've started fitting it, as you might say. They've started putting fires in and everything. It's great.
Perfect. Can we have a look? I'm dying to see inside.
Yeah, absolutely.
To christen the cookhouse, the centre's assistant director, Rachel, is cooking up an Iron Age feast of homemade cheese and local trout.
It's fresh from the loch, so I thought you might like to cut that up.
I'm happy
Is
to
that
get-
all
Yeah,
right?
I'll give you a
There you go,
hand,
I'll
of
give you that.
course. Yeah.
So I'll get your chopping
Toss the
board.
board. I'm not going to lie, I am slightly concerned that we're in a timber frame building
Yep.
with a thatched roof
Yep.
with an open fire in the middle.
Yep. It's about controlling the fire that you've got and burning the right kinds of wood and the right kinds of material, and having control of the fire so that you're not sending all those sparks up into the roof. And that smoke then preserves the thatch.
So how does the smoke help the thatch?
The smoke's really handy because it basically pickles the roof. So it creates a kind of tar and it keeps the mould and the bugs away. So having an open fire in the middle of the floor really helps.
It is helpful.
There we go. That's looking good.
What are you hoping is going to happen to the cheese?
So we just need to get the milk to the point where it's quite hot. We don't want it boiling.
Okay.
And then we'll take that off and we just need to add some vinegar. And then
Vinegar?
Yeah, that's a vegetarian version. Would you like to do
Look
this?
at that, another beautiful bowl. Look at that.
Basically, just pour the vinegar in and give it a good stir.
That, and then in there,
Yep.
yeah. It feels like quite a familiar sort of place sitting under here. It's quite similar to the barn at the repair shop.
Yeah. People from all over the world can relate to it because almost every culture has at some point created or lived in buildings that are timber framed or round or have a thatch or, you know, needed this kind of skill and knowledge. And it's sort of a unifying thing. Sitting under a thatched roof in a wooden building, cooking together, brings anyone together from anywhere in the world. There you go, that's starting to cut. You see, you're getting like a yellow liquid.
On the top there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's your whey. And then your lumpy bits are your curds. And it just goes like magic. All we're going to do is lift out those lumps of cheese.
Oh, that's a good bit.
That's it. It's looking good.
This is all looking so good. Is it not?
Yeah,
Well
fantastic.
done. And the crowds have gathered.
Yes.
The smell of the cheese and the trout has obviously spread through the Crannog Centre. How are you all doing? Good. Well, come on in then. There's another one, guys. There you go. Oh, we've got some bread.
You can try Dom's cheese.
Thank
We've
you.
got bread coming as well. Ready?
That fish is actually... This is...
Good.
Oh, yeah. Half smoked, half fried. Oh.
It's included. Bit of hazelnut bread, maybe.
It's great, isn't it? Isn't it nice?
Bit of trout there. Yeah, I'll have a bit of that.
I have had such an amazing day here at the Crannog Centre. As soon as the fish was cooking and my cheese was being made, the crowds were gathering, and that just goes to show how places like this inspire people. That's what it's all about. The community that they're creating and they're making and inspiring people for the future comes from that passion for sharing their knowledge. It's a magical place here.
Now that the Kranuk Centre has been preserved for the future, the boys can get back on the road.
What do you think of my driving?
I'm honestly terrified. Careful, you'll slow down for squirrels.
Oh, I've never seen a red squirrel.
You keep your eyes on the road, OK?
I am.